Hey guys, it's your girl Lil Kim and I'm back at it again with another video. So as you can see down below at the title, I'm going to be talking about mental health awareness since it is May and we need to shed light on it. We need to talk more about it because this is something that's very important. It happens to many of us, maybe all of us in fact, that we have some sort of mental illness that we're going through, and I just want to talk more about it since not many people talk about it, and I think that it's very important for people, especially young individuals and myself, that I feel like everyone should know about it, and even older people, because older people do tend to go through it, especially if they're like, let's say, like 80 years old, 70 years old. Everyone, no matter your age, you can go through some type of mental health illness. This topic isn't really like talked about with maybe like different cultures and just different people, or maybe even your family members. So I really want to shed the light on that and really talk more about it since it's very important and many people do go through it. So I hope you guys go ahead and give it a huge thumbs up, go like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell button so you're notified every time I post a video. And make sure you go watch my other videos because bitch, they're popping, don't forget on that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and stay tuned. Get ready for the information. The three mental health illnesses that I'm going to be talking about is anxiety, depression, and eating disorders. So anxiety is usually characterized by worry or fear that will affect an individual's daily activities. So for example, something would be panic attacks. So I know like some of you guys watching are my friends and family, but something that I've went through is panic attacks. I do get them. They used to be bad, like really, I'm talking about like really bad when I was a kid. When I was younger, I just felt like my family was gonna just up and leave me and like just disappear and like leave me stranded alone. So let's say, for example, I would go to school, right? And I would get out of school and my parents weren't there on time, like to pick me up. I'd call them and no one would answer. And then I'm like, fuck, I really think my family left me. And I would start crying and crying. I would call people. And one person that I have to say, Stephanie, like you really helped me through this time, because when I'm telling you I had my panic attacks, they were unbelievable, like terrible. I couldn't even control them. And Stephanie, my cousin, she just really helped me through it a lot, because it's just something that it's normal, for it to happen. And when I used to go through those panic attacks, I would call my cousin Stephanie and I'd be like, Stephanie, my parents, they're not here, I think they left me. And I start crying and crying, and my cousin Steph, she's like, Kim, relax, like you just need to breathe, okay, like breathe. And while I'm on the phone with her, she's telling me to breathe, so I'm breathing, I'm taking deep breaths, and I'm trying to get past this because I had a panic attack. And obviously, as a young individual, my parents really never talked about mental illnesses as I was growing up, and I feel like it's not my parents' fault because they didn't know, they weren't educated on topics such as that. So Stephanie, she would help me with my panic attacks when I would have them, because I would always call her. My parents didn't answer, probably because they were driving or like they were at work or something. And I would just like call Stephanie right away. I'm like, Stephanie, like my parents are not here, I think they left me, like please, I don't know what to do, like help me. And I would just start crying. She's like, Kim, just take a deep breath, relax, like they're coming, they're on the way. And I get off the phone with her, and next thing you know, my parents are like arriving to pick me up. As of yesterday, I was doing research on it, and I didn't even know panic attacks were like having anxiety. I didn't know that until yesterday. I was doing more research on it, and it came to find out panic attacks are a form of anxiety, which I did not even know, to be honest. But as you can see, it's something that some of us are not even knowledgeable about. That's why I feel like schools need to talk more about it, because that's something that's very important, because you might be going through one of these things. You might be going through a mental health illness and you don't even know, because you're not being aware of it, you're not being educated on it. I feel like that's something that the system really has to work on, because obviously shit, I didn't even know. When I have it, I just want to break down crying. Like I feel something in me that it just like cramps up, and I'm just like, I just want to cry, and I just want to cry wherever I am. I don't care if I'm with friends, something, I just want to cry my life away. Thankfully, I'm able to control it a little better now, but before I wasn't able to control it. So I just want to say shout out to Stephanie and to my family. I know that some of you guys are watching, you might not know that I went through these type of things, especially in my childhood, but that's something that I don't like telling people, because I don't like when people feel sorry for me. I don't know about you guys, but I really don't like telling people my business. Only of course if you're like someone that's very like there in my life, you know, that I will, you know, talk to you about it. And something that I have not experienced is depression. Depression, if you don't know, it's when you have a depressed mood, when you have lost an interest in activities. So for example, you're feeling sad, you're feeling isolated from others, you know, you have loss of appetite, energy level changes, you start to feel very low and sad. Depression runs in my family, so I personally have seen one of my family members go through it, and it honestly hurts me because I feel like, you know, she goes through it, and it's something that everybody goes through something, you know. I feel like everyone has their own story. Everyone goes through the same thing, but in a different way. You get what I'm saying? That's something that I want to talk about, because you might go through it and you feel like you don't want to talk to nobody, you know, because you might feel embarrassed, but it's something not to be embarrassed about. You should not hide your mental illness, because it is with you, it is a part of you, and it's something that you can overcome. So don't ever think that you can't overcome something. No, honey, you can overcome it. It might be hard, but you're gonna get past whatever obstacle you're going through. Some people that I know are going through depression, you know. That's something that you can definitely overcome. You kick that shit in the ass, because that's not something that you're gonna have for the rest of your life. No, nip it in the bud and kill that shit, okay? For example, my family member, she goes through depression. There's days that she's sad, and honestly, it hurts me seeing that person sad, you know? Always being in their feelings, always, you know, thinking that, you know, they're gonna pass away, or seeing depression with my own eyes and how it hurts that person, you know? And I feel like that's something that we can all definitely overcome. You have to push through it. You know, you can get through it, for sure. You can get through it. Another thing that I want to talk about is eating disorders. Eating disorders, there's multiple eating disorders that someone can have. For example, if you're anorexic, or you're constantly vomiting out your food because you don't want to gain a particular weight, right? Or if you're you have bulimia, which is you're more of the binge eating, you know, you're eating constantly more food. And I'm not talking about binge eating when you're watching Netflix and you're binge eating the food. No, I'm talking about binge eating is a form of eating disorder when you constantly keep eating food, like you're eating food until it hurts you, where you're constantly like, I'm in pain type of thing, where you're eating a lot of food. Irregular eating habits and severe distress or concern about body weight or shape. So this means if you have a fear of maybe looking too big or too skinny, I guess you can say, you know, you're scared of someone saying something to you about your body image, right? I personally never had to go through an eating disorder, but I have went through body image problems where I thought that I wasn't pretty enough, or I thought that I needed to be a certain way to have a man in my life, or stupid shit, you know what I mean? I feel like, listen, if someone's gonna want to be with you, they're gonna want to be with you not only on how you look on the outside, but how you are on the inside. And I feel like that everyone should know that, you know, it's something that's completely normal to have body image. Like, you even see skinny girls thinking that they're not skinny enough, or skinny girls that think they need more meat on them, you know, or big girls that think that they need to be skinny, or big girls that think that they need to be thick enough, you know. It's just, it's something that's always going to be in our lives. It's the standards that people place on us, that they think that we have to be a certain size, a certain weight, a certain type of height. There's always going to be something there that you're saying that you're not good enough. But let me tell you, you are good enough. You can get through it. Don't ever think that you can't get through it. Don't try and think that you have to commit suicide because you're not good enough. You are good enough. No matter what it is, you are good enough. You are good enough to be in this world. I'm telling you, it's a natural process that you can overcome. It's something that happens to all of us in different ways, but it happens to us. Maybe it's something happened to you when you were a child and you went through some sort of traumatic outcome. You know, something happened when you were younger. Maybe you lost an individual. Maybe you lost someone that was very important to you, right? Or maybe you're going through a divorce right now. Maybe you're going through some sort of bad breakup. You're going through some financial crisis, or a crisis in general. Maybe you have some sort of family problems, or you have friend drama, or maybe you're going through some sort of sexual orientation where you're confused on, maybe you're gay, maybe you're bisexual, maybe you're transgender. Going through that issue where, you know, where you're trying to figure out who you are. That's totally normal to figure out who you are, because you shouldn't let anyone, I'm talking about anyone, define who you are. It doesn't matter your gender, what what you are, who you are, how much money you have. It doesn't matter. Everyone goes to the same thing. I'm telling you, everyone goes to the same thing. Stop thinking that you're not good enough, because you're good enough. So if you are going through some type of mental health illness in general, doesn't have to be any of the 3 that I mentioned. To give some advice, I'd say get out of your house. Especially right now during this whole coronavirus, you're stuck in your house. Go outside in your backyard, go outside in the front yard. Get out of your house, because the more that you're inside, the more you're starting to get into your head. You're getting into your head and you're saying, you know what, I can't do this, I can't do it anymore, I'm done, I'm tired of feeling this way. Get out of your house. Go out for a run, go out for a walk. I'm not talking about go do a mile walk or a mile run. I'm talking about just get out of your house, go outside, get some fresh air. Meet up with a friend, meet up with someone, meet up with your significant other, or talk to a family member, reach out to a friend, talk on the phone for a little bit outside, you know, do something. Just get out of the house and stop staying inside, okay? So don't think that it's only you going through it. No, you might have a different story compared to someone else, but everyone's going through it. Something that also that helped me throughout my life is, as when I was younger, like until now that I'm a senior, I'm 18, so I was always negative. But I learned that you have to be positive. The more that you're positive, the better your mindset is, okay? Positive vibes only. I really hope that you guys got some information out of this video. I just want to tell you to always be concerned about others, you know. Hit up your friend if you haven't talked to them since the coronavirus. You never know what someone is going through. You never know what they're dealing with. I really just want to make sure that you guys are all being safe. And remember, don't try and think that by committing suicide, you're going to end the problem. No, don't do it, okay? I'm telling you right now, we need you on this world. We love you, we care for you. And always remember that you're important, you're kind, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you know. Don't ever think that you don't deserve to be on this world, because you do, all right? Always remember, I love you, I appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a great day. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell button so you're notified every time I post a video.